Oh, well, the Big D is top left tonight on the Open Sports Mic as we discuss all the latest and greatest in sports, whether it be who's getting traded, who's winning, who's getting cut, who's getting fired, and everything else. In the middle, we've got the leader of our crew, Adam. Bottom left, we've got the Mets and Bills guy, Joe Dalio. Big Rich in the bottom right, and then probably the most nervous Yankee fan in the state of New York tonight, that'd be Jamie Malloy.
Hello, guys.
I don't know if Jamie's really nervous right now, being up 3-0. I would say I would be more nervous with being the Guardians fan, but we'll see how they do outside of that place, guys. Juan Soto looked really good in the first game, obviously hitting the bomb. Yeah,
Cleveland better start hitting.
Speaking of Juan Soto, can I give you a outside possibility as to where he lands?
Do not say Pittsburgh, Rich. He's not coming here.
No, Kansas City.
No. 0% chance that's happening.
Who is a 20% owner of the Kansas City Royals right now?
Patrick Mahomes.
Exactly. They got money. You've seen the fan reaction he has. He's Mark Cuban all over again when he first bought the Mavericks.
Wait.
Not a majority stakeholder, but I mean, Kansas City will at least be in the hunt. Let's put it that way.
No. The Royals are not getting Juan Soto. The Toronto Blue Jays have a far better chance of getting Soto than the Royals do.
8:12 Central Time, October 15th.
If Juan Soto is a Kansas City Royal when next season starts, if we have open sports, Mike, I will say to you, Rich, you are the greatest savant in the history of sports, and I will bow down to you.
I don't know if I go quite that far, but I'll tell you what, man. I mean, the talent is there. I mean, there's going to be a lot of people going after him. It's just a matter of who's going to spend the cash.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how many teams
will be out there?
Oh, go ahead.
Cubs will be out there. The Red Sox will be out there. Both New York teams, Kansas City, Toronto. I wouldn't be surprised if Texas threw an offer out there, but I don't think they're going to get anywhere.
I think Soto's going to 1 or 2 or 3 places. I think Soto's either staying with the Yankees, he's either going to the Cubs or the Blue Jays. Because the Cubs need stars. They have money to spend. We know what kind of ballpark Wrigley Field is. The Blue Jays seemingly been second or third on everybody. Toronto needs a left-handed bat with Bichette and Guerrero. For some reason, the Blue Jays have lacked power the last couple of years. And then the Yankees. I mean, I think Soto wants to stay a Yankee. It just will the Steinbrenners be willing to pony up $500 million?
Mm-hmm. They got to pay for Guerrero too. What about Seattle?
I don't think Seattle. That's not a good ballpark for Soto.
Yeah, if I'm a home run hitter, I don't want to go there.
Yeah, man, with that pitching staff, that team's going to be really good for a really long time. They got to get some bats, though.
Yeah, I was going to say if they can hit the ball.
Jamie, being the Yankee guy, what do you know? Are they looking to re-sign him or what?
Yeah, I would do it. I wouldn't see why not.
I mean, are the Yankees saying they're going to try and get a deal done, or what's going on?
They haven't said anything, but the owner keeps saying that he wants to lower his team's payroll. So, but I would sign him.
That's not going to sign Soto saying you want to lower payroll.
Well, no, he can lower the payroll by, like I said, you get rid of Anthony Rizzo, that shaves $20 million after this season. You cut off who's another overpaid price guy, LeMahieu. He's done after this year. He's making too much money. Isn't the same player, and then there you go.
From what I've heard,
you shed some salary there.
Yeah, from what I've heard, the Yankees want to keep him. He wants to stay. Jamie and I talked about it all summer. if I'm Juan Soto, why would I want to go anywhere else besides the Yankees?
Exactly.
The ideal situation. You got a chance to win a championship that might happen this year. And if it doesn't, certainly you're going to have chances to win going forward. I just don't see, if I'm Juan Soto, why would I ever want to go anywhere else?
Well, it depends if he wants to be the number one guy or not, because he will not be the number one guy in New York as long as 99s were in Jersey. Mm-hmm. He will not be. If he wants to be the number one guy, Boston, Cubs, perfect place to go. Even Toronto for that matter. But, some of these contracts that the Yankees have, I mean, they've got Rizzo signed through 25. So, he's still on there unless they release him. LeMahieu's on until 26. Rodon's on until 28. Torres is a free agent this year. So is Verdugo. Cortez and Chisholm are on through next year. That's your big dollar guys.
Well, Garrett Cole could
also you got Judge and Stanton and that kind of thing.
Yeah,
and Garrett Cole could also opt out.
And he could, but that's his dream gig. He's not.
Yeah, and that's why. Same with Soto. I mean, again, what better situation can you have than to play for the New York Yankees and to contribute and, again, have a chance to win championships? Now, if they win this year, you got a chance to win multiple. If they don't win this year, like I said, you're going to have multiple chances to win going forward.
By the way,
it's not like he's with Seattle trying to get to a team like the Yankees. What better situation can you have? Plus, again, as we say all the time, you pop the ball up to right field in Yankee Stadium in July and it's a home run. So, for his production, certainly it helps to play at Yankee Stadium as well.
By the way,
and that's why I say, Joe, the only thing that he could make a difference is if he wants to be the number one.
Yeah. And I
that's
agree
the only
with that.
thing that I could see being the big drawback away is because Judge is going to be it's going to be like the Mantle Maris kind of thing. Maris was never going to be the guy as long as Mantle was there.
Right.
Same thing with this. Soto will never be the guy. He could put up Ohtani numbers. He'll never be the guy as long as Judge is there.
Right. And I, like I said, I agree with that 100%. This year, anyway, it seems like he doesn't have a problem with that. But what does he want going forward? And that is to be determined. You're right.
By the way, the Yankees own a $17 million club option on Anthony Rizzo, so that will probably be declined. So Rizzo could free up more money.
Yep.
Oh my gosh! Be careful whenever you throw away your hard drive, guys. You never know if you have Bitcoin on it or not. I threw away 8,000 coins of Bitcoin on his hard drive, and is trying to sue a landfill right now because they won't excavate to get it back. Well off topic, but someone just sent that to me, and I was just looking at it, what the hell?
Okay, so guys, obviously, Hurricane Milton just hit Florida. Thankfully, all we're just fine here. Never lost electricity. No damage to the house. Thankfully, not hit by a tornado or one of Aaron Judge's home runs. But did you guys see what happened at Tropicana Field?
Yep.
Me and Rich were actually live when that happened.
Yeah, we were.
Kind of took us by surprise. I was like, Rich, you see this? The truck blew off. That was weird, Dylan. Did you see that? That was like an emergency evacuation for people to go to. All them beds were set up inside on the infield, and I guess canceled that whole thing, huh?
Yeah, it was a spot for the linemen and for the National Guard and guys like that they come in to have a place to stay. And they actually, from what I read, put them in like the concourses and stuff like that. Instead of on the field, they moved everything to the concourse levels and that kind of thing.
I was actually curious as to how some of the other things like Raymond James Stadium was going to get affected, Amalie Arena. And I was watching before I came on our podcast, Jamie and I was watching the Lightning. Seems like everything is okay with the hockey arena. And what about, I don't know if you've heard anything about the football stadium, but seems like that was the only venue that was affected in a major way.
Raymond James Stadium's okay. We'll host Monday Night Football against the Ravens.
Okay, great. And again, I know the Lightning had one game postponed, but I was watching them play tonight to a full rate.
What about all the spring? What about all the spring training games? Any of those stadiums get affected?
I don't know, but I was just wondering, what are the Rays going to do now that the Trop is destroyed?
The Montreal Rays?
Oh gosh! Come on, Joe.
Well, yeah, because their new stadium isn't scheduled to be ready till 2028.
The Charlotte.
So you got 3 years 3 seasons to be wondering. Do they become the Eastern version of the Oakland A's, playing in a AAA facility until their stadium's ready?
They might fill it up.
Yeah.
Which is basically all the crowd they get in Tampa anyway. So
yeah. Are there places like in Orlando or anything like that they could possibly play at? Or
sure, they could play at a college field.
Yeah.
I mean, if they really had to, Joe, they could probably go play at, their spring training facility.
Right.
That is Major League caliber, set up for already.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're that close to what? St. Pete's right there, Bradenton's right there.
Lakeland.
If they wanted to, they could see if the Red Sox would let them play at the Monster for a while.
Mm-hmm.
That way, our buddy Dylan can up for a little bit longer than just spring training.
Okay.
Well, and Clearwater's right there too. So I mean, there's plenty of facilities there. I'm just looking at this list, and there's a lot of I guess the only AAA, which is where we're talking about capacity wise, is Jacksonville, where the Jacksonville. I love these names. The Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp play their games. You can't make this stuff up. And could they do something? But again, they're going to be playing their games, so it'd make it kind of tough. I know University of Florida has a big facility. I think it seats 10 or 12,000. So I mean that could be a conceivability, but again, you're going to have, at least for April, May, and June, you're going to have conflicts with Florida playing at the same time.
Why wouldn't you put them in one of the spring training facilities?
They don't hold anybody.
Well, no one goes to these games anyway.
Well, okay, we understand that, but actually, University of Florida Stadium holds 7. And I get, the Rays draw a little bit more than what Oakland draws, but it's of course, hey, wait a minute, here's a novel idea. Let's play baseball outdoors.
Sometimes tough to do in Florida, though.
I can attest because it rains.
Yeah,
it rains in the summertime.
Well, without jet, why maybe they'd play at Miami.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you all own enough of.
They did that during COVID, didn't they play? Wasn't there some stipulation where Tampa played in Miami for some time during COVID, I believe?
I don't
there
remember.
Could have been, but there's one major problem with that, Adam. The schedule is already out and has been out for months. And I can guarantee you there's no way that those things would link up where Tampa's on the road when Miami's at home and vice versa. For every series. I could guarantee you that much.
I'm just thinking of ways to make it work. I mean, if they can see that the Rays are going to be home and and Miami's on an away adventure. I don't know, move them to Miami. It's not that far. It's what, 2 hours, Dylan?
Yeah, 2.5. Yeah, a couple hours.
Right.
Are there any
I mean,
AAA stadiums there?
The
spring
only
training.
AAA, according to what they're showing here, the only AAA stadium in the state of Florida is in Jacksonville.
Okay.
But they're all stadiums, like the Walt Disney World Sports Complex, the Dunedin Blue Jays, where the Tampa Yankees are, or I
I
think
mean,
Clearwater.
some of them have to hold someone. I'm sure if they went to the Yankee spring training camp, they would probably have to hold more than what normal ones do, because I'm sure the Yankees draw a massive crowd.
Right.
I mean, even
Steinbrenner Field holds 11,000.
and
Okay.
that would probably be the best place to put the Rays until they get their shit fixed.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
but do the Rays want to play half their games with Yankee logos everywhere?
I don't think they're going to have a choice.
Yeah, that might be their only option.
This could be like the Saints after Katrina hit the Superdome in 2005, where the Rays played like 15 home venues.
Well, they had to go to San Antonio, right?
And Baton Rouge, and then have a
Okay.
home game at Giant Stadium.
Wow.
Wow.
And that was for how long?
The whole year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
the Mercedes-Benz
Y'all,
got messed
Yeah.
up.
this
mean,
could potentially be that. But the thing is, being in Florida, it's like you can start working on this anytime. Of course, once hurricane season's over. But, it's not like it's in New York where you got to wait a few months before you could start working on stuff. At least they could start working on it sooner than later. Still, it could be a whole season thing. I don't know how long it takes to fix something like that, but it'll be interesting.
it could be a work in progress while they still play at the stadium. I mean,
True.
that's something they could work on it while they're on the road. And still play their home games.
Right? It's
I
a
mean,
campus, right? It's a campus,
Huh?
right? It's not an actual roof, right? It's an actual canvas.
At their stadium, yes. At
So-
some stadiums, it's a fiberglass. But at that stadium, it's canvas. Yeah.
That might be easier to fix than an actual roof.
I think it'd be harder to fix.
Well, I don't know. We had a blizzard here in Buffalo where the golf dome that I go to the driving range during the winter time, the roof came off and it was fixed up within a few months. So if it's the same type of thing, it was a big bubble dome made out of all that stuff. And maybe it's not as difficult as we think.
You golf. You go to the indoor range. It's like an indoor soccer field too, right, Joe? Is that the way they set it up?
Yeah, this is all golf, but there's other ones that are like that, that have soccer, softball, or whatever.
They do that over there at Neville Island. They have the RMU complex there, and it's a driving range. And then whenever RMU plays soccer, they shut down the range.
Okay.
Jamie, you getting a little nervous up there? 3-2 now, buddy.
Yeah, but I mean, they
This
got
is
they got
juice.
they got out of that inning out of the fifth still up, and now hopefully the offense can add some insurance. At least they got out of it still leading.
So can I bring up a little something that went down here today that I think is the most asinine thing that goes on with the most asinine franchise in the history of sports?
Rich, I've got one better. How about we talk Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers recreating the 2018 Packers?
Who are you going to talk about? Weren't you going to talk about the Cowboys getting blown out?
Well, the Cowboys and my boys on 105.3 The Fan. Yeah.
You said the most asinine franchise, and that's where I thought you were going.
Well, it is. That loss is one thing. Their owner, who is an absolute joke. The flagship station is 105.3 The Fan in Dallas. Sean Sharif, RJ Choppy, Sean, I have known for a very long time. I actually kind of took his spot when I went to Maryland and he went to Kansas City. I've known Sean for a really long time. I've known RJ for a while, not as long. But be that as it is, these guys, they don't pull punches, and they're told not to. They ask the hard questions. They're not going to candy coat things and that kind of stuff. So they're pressing Jerry. They have Jerry on every week. And they ask him the tough questions every week, just like they ask Steven on the midday show and all that kind of stuff, his son, Steven. Jerry gets all pissed off today. And I don't know if you guys heard about this on First Take or any of this other stuff, but Jerry gets all pissed off and he's sitting there and he's just talking about threatening their jobs and all this kind of stuff. Okay, first things first. They don't work for the Cowboys. They work for the Cowboys flagship. And could Jerry probably put pressure on the flagship? Yes. But they don't work for Jerry. They work for Odyssey. They work for 105.3 The Fan, which is an Odyssey affiliate in Dallas, Texas. So him throwing that out there, unless he's willing to go haywire on, the fan itself, he has no stroke in that particular situation. But even worse, they're asking him the questions, and they were very respectful in these questions. When they asked him, trust me, the interview is out there all over the place.
I didn't see it.
They were very respectful. They were very respectful, but very direct in their questions. Are you holding any responsibility for what the team is doing right now? Are you holding any responsibility for the fact that you didn't do anything to improve the running game this year or to improve the offensive line? And his whole thing with all priority was to sign Dak and CeeDee Lamb. And they came right back with him and said, okay, but you did that and you did not improve the running game one bit, did not improve the offensive line one bit, stating facts. It's not like they pulled stuff completely out of the left field. And he's getting hot. Look, it's not just the simple fact that Sean and RJ are my guys. I listened to them for years. I've gotten to know them over the years and that kind of stuff. It's not just because of that, okay? They did exactly what they're supposed to do. And I wish more flagship or affiliate stations would do this when they're talking to owners or front office of teams. They ask the questions that everybody wants to know the answer to. Why does our team suck? Why did our team just get motorboated by the Detroit Lions in the worst home loss since Jerry Jones has owned that team? Why do we not win play? Why do we not get any? We win 12 games a year. And even more importantly, why did you pay our quarterback $260 million? Those kinds of things. They ask those tough questions. Now, granted, the Cowboys did not have Micah Parsons. They did not have Tank Lawrence last week. Last I looked, those guys don't play offense. So it's just they don't have a running game, and they asked about it. And Jerry, I'm sure, has been getting hit from every single possible direction, and he just finally had enough. But anybody that's seeing this or hearing this or reading about it and thinking that he can fire these guys on the flagship station, they don't work for the Cowboys. They work for the Cowboys flagship station. Can he put pressure on the flagship station? Sure. If you want to remain the flagship station, you're going to do this. Can they do that? Sure. If he wanted to, yeah. But they do not work for the Cowboys. Their paychecks do not have a star on them. And there's no, that particular aspect. And I know that's what a lot of people are going bananas about, that he threatened their jobs. He really can't threaten their jobs.
Now, does they have a contract with Jerry to come on every week? Or does
Jerry comes on. He comes on every Tuesday morning for the last.
Right, but is that a contract, Rich, or is that just Jerry being nice?
No. It's part of their deal as the flag. that Jerry comes on once a week. His son, Steven, who's the senior VP of player development or something like that, he comes on their midday show once a week, does an interview, that kind of thing. And they very seldom miss unless there's just something. And then they have McCarthy on once a week and all that kind of stuff.
So he could pull the whole thing. Jerry could pull the whole thing. So what kind of ratings did this show get? I'm sure it got good ratings because he got heated.
I would be curious to see what the PPM looks like come next Monday. They're in a market that has PPM. It's what's called a personal people meter. For those of us that remember the beepers, that's how they determine ratings for Nielsen in the larger markets. It's about a device about yo big. You clip it on your belt, or ladies clip it on their purse or whatever, and it catches how long. If you're more than 5 minutes within that radio signal for more than 5 minutes, it registers. And they get results every week. The market that I'm in, we get one every 6 months. It's a much smaller market. Dallas is number 4 market in the country. I'm in number 246. So it's a considerable difference. But when next Monday's numbers come out, Adam, I'm really interested to see what that's going to show. And I'm real curious to see, when it's all said and done, the number of social media views and reposts and quotes and all that stuff that are going to be out there, because it's going to be substantial. It really is. Everybody's been talking about it all day.
Oh, this is the first I heard of it, but I'm not in the Dallas media.
No, I read about it.
Again?
I got a notification about it, and I briefly read it. So that was an excellent synopsis of it.
Well, First Take talked about it. First Things First talked about it. Speak talked about it on FS1. McAfee was talking about it. All the talking heads throughout the course of the day. Colin Cowherd was talking about it. Outside of the morning shows, because of course this went on during their morning show. Outside of the morning shows, they were all the national pundits were talking about it and all that kind of stuff.
I know. Rich, if you got a link, send me it. Or send it to the group.
I will.
I want to look at it.
I definitely will.
That game was atrocious, though. That was hard. That was funny to watch and very hard to watch.
I enjoyed that game thoroughly, except for Aiden Hutchinson getting hurt. I enjoyed that game thoroughly.
I figured they would have been on the phone with the Oakland Raiders, or Vegas Raiders, sorry, as quick as possible, saying, what do we got to do for this Max guy? What do we need? Because we just lost our lineman. We just lost one of probably the best defensive player.
Well, rumor has it that Detroit is going to try and go after Hassan Reddick, put a deal together to get him from Philly, or from the Jets, excuse me. That's the rumor rolling around the rumor mills.
And
Well,
speaking of the Jets,
we know Davante Adams went to the Jets today. I'm surprised they didn't try to get that done sooner to get him in the game, bring him in last night, whatever. Really would have made interesting talk. I'm sure Joe and Jamie would have talked about it on the show tonight if they would have gotten that deal done last night, just to, would have made the game not more interesting, but it might have made it a little bit different story.
It could have. Again, as I commented earlier with you guys, I saw this coming. To me, there was no other place that Davante Adams was going to go. And the only thing that shocks me out of this whole thing is it didn't happen a month ago, and that it took this long to happen. But I would have bet my house, I would have bet my paycheck that this would have happened, and no surprise here.
The one thing that shocked me was the Raiders only getting the 4th round pick. What happened to this whole? The team that traded him was going to get a 2nd round pick and blah blah blah.
Well, it's a conditional 3rd.
Okay. But still, I mean, they probably just, like I said, they took the deal so they could get him off his back and get rid of his salary. And mission accomplished with that.
I'm just curious. Hey, Dylan, if we play that clip, are we going to get in trouble?
I don't want to get into any copyright infringements or anything.
Yeah, I was just wondering. I didn't know if we could or not. I don't know all the rules of StreamYard on what they have on sharing a YouTube channel.
Unless
It's a 23-minute. It's a 23-minute segment.
okay. No, I don't want to.
We're not watching all that stuff.
Yeah,
But
I thought it was quick.
honestly,
but no,
I think the New York Jets are the biggest soap opera in NFL history. I mean, I went over in my solar pod today, talked about how like the Jets are a soap opera. They're like, as the world turns, I call them the Real Housewives of the New York Jets.
And Aaron Rodgers is freaking Teresa Giudice or what?
Oh no!
Okay, remember our conversation last week when we were talking about this whole thing? Remember our conversation last week when we talked about this whole Davante Adams deal? They're expecting him to play against the Steelers.
Oh, Davante Adams.
Amazing how that hamstring is healthy, isn't it?
Right.
And they already, and Mike Tomlin said I already had to deal with them once. Not going to deal with them again.
Let me butt in here real quick. DJT will be at the game in attendance. I'll be curious to see if he's going to be sitting with the Rooneys or he's going to be sitting with the Jets owners.
DJT.
Donald Trump.
Oh, Trump. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, wasn't Woody Johnson like the ambassador in the Great Britain under President Trump?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he was.
Correct.
And Trump's a big sports guy.
Huge.
He loves it all: football, baseball, basketball, wrestling. He loves it all. He's even gone to NASCAR races.
UFC.
Well, yeah, remember whenever he flew Air Force One over the Daytona 500?
Yeah.
And then he came in and did the opening lap in the actual in his motor brigade.
Yeah. Yeah, he really is. He's a big sports guy.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I just saw
when I heard that statement that they plan on him playing on Sunday, I said, "Man, I know it. I know we're going to talk about this tonight." And I knew we talked about. I told you guys this. The minute that trade was made, that hamstring was miraculously going to be better.
Oh, yeah. By the way, it's a Sunday night game too.
Right.
Yeah, it is.
And it will probably be the biggest. And watch the ratings for this game. Go bananas.
And I don't think it's going to matter much because I think the problem is, and you saw the biggest exemplification of the problem with Aaron Rodgers on the final play of the game last night. He's trying to throw Mike Williams under the bus for running around wrong route. How about throwing number 8 under the bus for throwing the ball 15 yards short of where it was supposed to be? That thing was a wounded duck, and Williams was having to hook back, and that's why he fell to get to the ball. You're supposed to throw it over your guy and let him run under it, not backwards and have him come back to it.
So what did you guys say on your show about your trade, guys?
We like it, and the fact that I said they basically gave up peanuts and pennies to bring a top-notch receiver in.
With a contract that's peanuts and pennies because they restructured it. The Browns did the smart thing. They restructured his deal at the beginning of the year.
And I think this is going to open Dalton Kincaid up a little bit more than I think he's going to be.
Like I said, it's logical for both teams because where Cleveland is right now, I think they're obviously trying to be sellers right now, and they're basically saying Amari Cooper isn't gonna do anything here, so we're gonna send him to a team that he has a chance to actually win a ring while we build with draft. Well, the 2 draft picks that we got might actually have a chance to make our roster next year.
So outsider looking in, guys, and you guys know more about this than I do. Do you think this also helps Keon Coleman in being in the spot he should be as a number 2 instead of having to try and be a number 1? Because I think Coleman's best spot is as a number 2.
Yeah,
100%. I like somebody mentioned Kincaid now maybe getting open. And I think definitely this is a big spot for Coleman. There's a little less pressure on him. And, he can kind of develop and learn a little bit more and grow, get his opportunities here and not have to be dependent on to be like one of the top guys. So we also pointed out, it's funny that today the Bills released Valdez-Scantling.
Yeah.
So, which doesn't make any difference. I mean, he wasn't doing anything with them anyway.
Right.
And I was just waiting for him to drop a big pass when they needed him, to make a big play. So no worries there. But yeah, for Coleman, for Kincaid, even for a guy like Shakir, I mentioned him. The pressure's off him being the number 1 guy. And now he could do like he was doing last year and just, be a go-to guy as a third receiver or something like that and make impacts. So this helps. It's not like it's automatically going to transform this team into like the, 80 Chargers or anything, but it's certainly going to make things easier for the entire offense.
And I like that the Bills they always seem to, when they either win, like I said, we talked about it, Joe. They like being a battle-tested team.
Yep.
All throughout the year, just like last year they did, and in 2021 they were too.
And I mean for Cleveland right now, I think Deshaun Watson. I might be crazy. I think Deshaun Watson might be the worst starting quarterback in the league right now.
Well, my question to you guys is, are the Cleveland Browns going to be this year's Denver Broncos? Are they going to break the Broncos record and eat it? What do you think?
Yeah, they may.
What record?
Well, I don't know. Well, the Broncos paid $86 million to get rid of Russell Wilson. That's got to be a record. I can't think of anybody.
I think they may, Joe, to get the guy off their back, and then maybe if they find their next Bo Nix, they can develop. They can find somebody as a rookie like Denver did with Bo Nix, kind of the same thing.
No, but I mean, Cleveland right now is in the hunt for the number 1 overall pick. But my big, so they could get a Dylan Gabriel or somebody like that. But my question is, who would take Deshaun Watson right now?
Oh gosh,
there were teams that would take Russell Wilson. There was 2 or 3 of them out there that would take him.
Right.
Who wants Deshaun Watson right now?
If his ACL,
they can work that deal out.
Nobody.
If his ACL, unless his ACL totally heals. Remember, he's still coming off of that too.
That was 3 years ago.
Yeah, I don't think that factors in. I think he's just completely lost confidence and effectiveness.
I couldn't agree with you more. I said that to Evan a couple of weeks ago. We're talking, and I firmly believe that's what it is. That he just it's more of an issue from the shoulders up than from the shoulders down.
Right.
Oh, by the way, how about this tweet?
Is Watson better than Andy Dalton?
No.
Not right now.
No.
Not right now.
I've got a question. Is Bryce Young better than Deshaun Watson?
Yeah.
Once
Not
he gets
so
out
sure
of
about that
once he gets out of Carolina, he will be.
I think it's done in 10 minutes. I don't know if he's jumping on or not, but he does get done at 10. So, if he jumps on,
11.
By the way, you know who else's team is 1-5? Go ahead. I deserve it. My team stinks.
I heard they were going to make it. You got to win to get out of England.
Yeah. Well, that
Win to
result
come home.
shocked me.
Yeah, but this should be win number 2 this week against New England.
I keep saying how Jacksonville plays better in London home games than they do in Jacksonville home games. I was convinced that they would beat the Bears handily in that game, and it was the other way around. So I was very surprised. If they're playing the Patriots this week, I think this is where they turn it around a little bit. But yeah, I was very surprised that not only did they lose, but it seems like they didn't even show up.
Yeah, but is anybody else impressed with what Drake May did last week against Houston?
I was. I think he did pretty well.
I thought he did too.
Although
I was impressed with Spencer Rattler a little bit before Tampa blew it open.
No, Spencer Rattler's not a starting quarterback in the NFL.
He
Yeah, he
could
did
be.
all right.
So Cam Akers got traded to the Vikings.
Wow.
Back to he's with Minnesota again.
Yeah.
I don't think that makes any sort of a difference.
Joe, this question came from our buddy down there, Trey. Trey, you're welcome to jump in, man. I know you were just live, but you can jump in and BS with us if you want to.
Come on. You better be ready for Texas this weekend.
Well, he's asking if
Amari Cooper's.
If he's
I
asking
think
if
Amari
Cooper's
Cooper's the
gonna be
number one when he walks in, isn't he?
I definitely think he's number one there right now. Immediately.
Yeah, as soon as he walks in the door.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I think it's
And
open.
I'll tell you what, if I'm anybody tied in with that Bills coaching staff on the offensive side, I'm sitting there going, thank you. I'm sending whatever I need to the GM, a nice big box of Starbucks coffee or whatever, because they just made every offensive coach's life easier, even the offensive line's coach easier, because now the offensive line doesn't have to hold defensive players as long because he can get those quick passes out. Yeah, I mean, I think that was a spectacular. I think it was an even better move than the Devontae Adams move.
Yeah, and like I said a few minutes ago, it made all the offensive players' lives that much easier as well. Again, he's not the magic wand that's going to transform this offense into a juggernaut, but he, like we just said, he made life easier for the coaches and for the offensive players there. I think he'll have that kind of an impact.
So with Tom Brady taking minority ownership of the Raiders today, got approved by all the NFL, does he have to step down from announcing, or does he still get to announce?
I don't know.
I mean,
I believe he can still do it as long as he's not doing Raiders games.
Okay.
I wasn't sure how that worked. I mean, because he's a minority owner, he's going to have to be at the game, right?
I never even thought about that.
Well, but okay. One of the things you got to look at is most of the time the Raiders are going to be on CBS because they have the AFC contract. So you're not going to have that many conceivabilities of a Raiders game on Fox anyway. Then you got to look at, okay, who are the Raiders going to play in the NFC that would be America's game of the week, which is the absolute goofiest thing. Let's see. Here it is right here. Brady is subject to severe restrictions in his role as a Fox broadcast analyst. The restrictions would prevent Brady from attending production meetings where broadcasters meet with coaches and players to gain valuable insights that help them call games, in addition to watching practices and even being present at the other team's facilities. Brady would also be barred from publicly criticizing officials or opposing teams and would be subject to fines if he does so.
Wow.
So I would just quit announcing.
Oh, by the way, the Raiders only have 2 games on Fox the rest of the season, that being Week 9 against the Bengals and Week 17 at the Saints.
And neither one of those is going to be the big game that Brady and Barkhart are going to be doing anyway.
No, I know Week 17 is Week 17 is Dallas Philly. Week 17 is Dallas Philly, which is the big Fox game.
Yeah, you're not going to have either one of those. You're not going to have Brady calling either one of those games. So
how do you call it? How do you call any game though without criticizing the officials?
And what constitutes as criticizing you? He can make a comment, like a neutral, objective comment, and it could be taken.
You're telling me that
okay.
Jerry Jones is ready to quit this radio station because people were asking tough questions. And now in today's society, everyone's offended by everything for some ungodly reason.
Right.
And it don't make any sense.
Well, the big thing you got to look at, and this is play-by-play broadcaster 101. And I'm coming at this with 20 years of experience at this. You can say that this is the most horrific call in the history of horrific calls and not say that. You can say, especially with TV, you can see right here on the replay, this happened. If you're stating facts and not interjecting subjectivity into it, it's not criticizing. It's called stating a fact. Big difference. Criticizing incorporates opinion. So you're not inserting your opinion into this. You're just stating a fact. That's where the big difference is going to come in on that particular deal. The other part of it, though, is that if the Raiders are not playing a game that Brady is doing, then it doesn't really matter.
And Big Rich Fox's big game that day for Week 9 is Detroit and Green Bay.
Yeah. So Brady will probably be on the call on that.
Games on Fox.
Yeah, the problem is Rich, what you just said is totally right. But about half the world out there is named Karen, and somebody's going to take that and misconstrue what was said objectively without, criticizing, and they're going to take it as criticism, and it's going to explode. The potential, anyway. So,
yeah, and I mean, I agree with Adam. It may be easier to back out of this thing, but man, I mean, what's he getting? $7 million a year or something like that to do the broadcasting?
Yeah.
I mean, is it going to be worth it to own 10% of the Raiders? Which, by the way, now I officially don't like the Raiders. So, it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, I think. They may let him go till the end of the season, and you see him kind of fade into the woodwork.
Right, and get Greg Olsen to the number 1 spot that he actually belongs at.
Thank you. I said the same thing. I thought Greg Olsen did a great job last year.
He was one of the top color commentators out there for the last few years.
He is.
And he gets screwed just because the guy's name is Brady.
Yeah, so, I mean, I love listening to him. I love listening to Moose Johnston. I think they both do a great job with Fox. CBS has got a couple of guys that are the color commentators are not very good across the whole gambit. I mean,
I'll tell you what, Kevin
Barber, I think, is horrible.
Kevin who?
Tiki Barber.
Oh.
I do like who is it? Jonathan Vilma.
Yeah.
I think he does.
Vilma's not bad.
Yeah, he's
Vilma's
good.
not bad, but he always gets paired up with Ian Eagle, and it's like
there's a few. I mean, again, I didn't think Brady's horrible. I mean, I think he's getting better as the weeks go on. I just don't like how Greg Olsen just because the guy's name is Brady, you're one of the top color commentators out there, but you're taking a demotion because we got Brady coming in. I thought.
All right, Rich.
A lot of people are against Romo, but
I love Romo.
Does a great job.
I think
people get mad at Romo because he can tell what play is going to happen just from looking at the formation.
That's why I like him so much. You don't know how many times he said, you know what? If the Chiefs want to make this first down, they got to do an end around to the left. And they do it next play. They do an end around to the left and they make a first down. It's just every time.
What'd you have, Dylan?
Now we get to the fun part with you and Adam's team. Rumors circulate today the Steelers may or may not replace Justin Fields with Russell Wilson for this Sunday night's game against the Jets.
I just want to let everyone know I was on a high on Tomlin this week, and by actually beating the shit out of a horrible team. And then I see this news and I go, now I know why.
Okay. Let me hold on.
I'm sure tomorrow's night's show, Rich, with Garrett Webster is going to be really entertaining.
Okay. If
Yeah. So hold on. Tomorrow night we do have Garrett Webster on and Mike Webster's son, so it should be entertaining.
Very good. Looking forward to that. If, and I really pray it doesn't because I cannot understand a reason why. If Russell Wilson goes in for Fields on Sunday night, it will be the dumbest move Tomlin's ever made. Just simply because the guy is 4-2, 10 touchdowns, 1 pick. To give you a little bit of a comparison on that, everybody's lover boy, Patrick Mahomes, has got 6 touchdowns and 6 picks.
Wow.
Not to mention 2 fumbles. He's 4-2, should be 5-1. Has not done anything to cause him to lose his job. Russ is the backup, no problem. Where he should have been from the beginning. I got that. No big deal. Russ is the starter this week against the Jets. No way. No way, no how. I cannot understand any possible logical way that can be justified for Wilson to start. There is none. No possible way. Does it mean I think Tomlin's a horrible coach? No. Do I think this decision is the absolute worst one he's made in 18 years? Yes. No question. And that includes some of the quarterbacks that he just hasn't had a choice in the matter of playing. Justin Fields should be the quarterback of this team until and unless he does something to lose the job.
I don't even know what to say because I saw he was taking first team reps today for the majority of the practice. I don't even think Fields got the practice at the first team. Rich, it's happening. Like we go from Adam's actually happy with Tomlin to shit show again.
But I mean, the Steelers did what they were supposed to do last week. Sure, they they beat up a team they should have beat up. Okay, great. And we knew the early part of the schedule was going to be easier than the back part. Now, of course, we expected at least 2 of those games on the back part to be a whole lot tougher than what they're going to be. Because let's be honest, by the time the Steelers get a hold of Cleveland, they're going to be a skeleton of what they should be.
Hey, Miles Garrett might be traded.
But Cincinnati, is playing a whole heck of a lot better than what they were. So, you got to switch that out. They got Washington in a couple of weeks, who's a really good team and has one of the – to me, I don't remember who it was. Somebody sent me something earlier today. I don't know if it was one of you guys or what, that talked about MVP.
I did.
Top 5. Yeah. What'd you think of that list, Jamie? I mean, I got to pull it back up, but we were talking about the
Rich, I wrote the article.
Oh, that was your article?
The stuff I send you are the stuff that I write.
Okay. My bad. I'm sorry, man. I didn't look at the author.
No,
it's
but
all
the stuff I send you before that, I write for a site called Forkball. They're my articles.
Sweet. Okay. Did I make any sense in my guys?
Yeah, and you did. I was gonna put Baker in there, like you mentioned, and I actually agree with that. That's why, even though I didn't put him on my list, I put him as my pitcher.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have the usual cast of characters in the MVP race this year.
Right.
You really, I mean, outside of Lamar, you really don't. I mean, you can make arguments for Darnold. You can make arguments for Baker. You can make arguments for Geno Smith.
I'll tell you who else needs to be in the running for MVP is the guy in Buffalo.
He's towards the top of the list. If you look at the Vegas odds.
Josh Allen?
Yeah, he's high up on the list.
By the way, should Patrick
Well,
Mahomes be the MVP favorite now?
Wait, what?
Will Brennan's pretty high on your list right now, ain't he? Favorite Yankee.
Who are you mentioning there, Dylan?
Making that air costing a run.
Well, the Yankees Josh Chisholm just gave the Guardians a second chance with his base running blunders.
Yeah, then they scored again to make it. Then they got a hit, and now they're up 4-2.
Wait, Will
After
Brennan.
that.
Will Brennan made an error right now.
Yeah.
The Cleveland
Hey,
Guardians.
Jamie, I did not read the article, so I don't know anything about it yet. I did see that it was on the group chat, but I did not look at it yet. I normally look at your work whenever I get a chance.
You should look at it, Adam. I write some good stuff.
That's what I mean. I look at it when I get a chance. I just didn't get a chance to do it today.
Mhm.
I was sick all day, and around 5:30, I like it all went. My whole head went, okay, we're better. I went, you know what? Do you guys ever get that way? Like you're sick for 24 to 28 hours, and then all of a sudden, like, that's it.
Almost like it magically disappears.
Right. It just goes away. And it's so weird.
Yep. That's happened.
Everyone else is like, you look better.
Jamie, I just bookmarked you, Jamie. So I got you now.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, Forkball. It's a really cool place. It's a cool place for me to write there because I've been writing there since January, and I can write about all different types of sports and all different diverse type of angles. So it's really cool.
That's awesome. And hey, guys, just so I don't get myself sick here, I'm gonna head out at this point and get my beauty sleep here. But as always, enjoy the chat, and we'll do it again soon.
You get a hold of Jason, Joe? I never.
No, we did. We communicated and we said, okay, yeah, let's get together, but we never did yet. So
Yeah, Sunday and Monday are his days, and if you don't get him then, he does that high school show Tuesday basically through Saturday.
okay, I didn't know that, or else I would have maybe tried a little harder to catch him, before those days. But it would have been nice,
Right?
but we got a good series there, so I'm happy about that.
Going back to the Snowfield Shea.
Right.
Someone, Joe, did you see Hojo like that picture of the Mr. Met sitting on the mat of the Philly guy?
No, I did not see that.
Yeah.
I didn't.
I'm
But
gonna see if he wants to come back on and talk about this playoff game too. See if we can get
Awesome.
another show with him. I'll
awesome.
keep you updated though. So I know he's still paying attention. So that's the key.
That's excellent. Good to know. But anyway,
Joe,
again, Joe Dell Sports, Twitter, X, not only football, but we got baseball, basketball. I'm very happy is here. Hockey is here. So best sports month on the calendar is October. So I put my 2 cents in there every once in a while.
That starts next Tuesday.
All right. Sounds good. All right.
All
We'll
right.
talk to you guys soon.
All right, Joe. Have a good one.
You too.
All right, man.
Good night.
See you, Joe.
Night.
Oh, he's gone.
Gone.
My buddy Jared Sandler, who we interviewed, we had him on the Pirates cast. He just tweeted out a little bit ago. He said, honestly, I'd rather Jerry pay Sean Sharif, RJ Choppy, and Bobby Belt instead of paying Trey Lance and Zeke.
What?
My mother is a big Cowboys fan, and she said they should have never signed Zeke. The only reason why they signed him was because Dak was like buddies with him. And what is former Steeler Ryan Clark always say? Friendships and everything doesn't win you football games.
Well, how much there's one guy that has got to be going, thank you very much. I very much appreciate the fact that I did. How much is Derrick Henry loving the fact he didn't go to Dallas?
He was going to Baltimore the whole time.
You know what he's saying? How about them Cowboys? I'm kicking your
He was
butt.
wanting to go to Dallas.
Derrick Henry was
couldn't get it
going to
together.
Baltimore the whole time.
It's easy to say that now because, like I said, running backs are basically they're kind of unless you're like a Derrick Henry or a James Cook or Christian McCaffrey, like they're kind of a dime a dozen now because we don't draft them in the first round and we don't pay them anymore. So,
well, I think teams are starting to realize that they've got to have a running game. Let's be honest, that's the Cowboys' offense's biggest problem. They've got no running game. So everybody can just pin their ears back and go after Dak. And when their O-line is weak, forget it. And when they play a defense that's got any kind of line, whether it's Detroit, Pittsburgh, whoever, Dak is getting his brains kicked in.
Well, no, the problem with their O-line, it's still a work in progress because they had 3 new pieces and starters on it after they got rid of Tony Pollard, and that's the only one good thing now about not paying the running backs. It actually allows you to, like, why repay a running back $65 million or whatever when you can use that money and to help try to build a line. Like, that's what Tennessee's doing. Tennessee did the same thing. They got rid of Derrick Henry and they got Tony Pollard and they built their line through the draft, and now they have a first and second, a nice offensive line that could be good long term.
Right, but people are more concerned about paying quarterbacks, wide receivers, and pass rushers than they are anybody else. And without the offensive and defensive lines, you're not going to win. Those other positions are going to be worthless if you don't have quality in those other positions. And, those linemen have got such value, and they're looked at as an also-ran when it comes to the big dollars for whatever reason.
No, but a lot of second contracts now are going to linemen too now, though. That's the thing.
Right, they are, but you're not seeing any of them. You're not seeing a left tackle getting paid $20 million a year.
Deion Dawkins did.
Okay, one. How many receivers are making $20 million a year?
A bunch.
Probably like 9 or 10, I would say.
How many pass rushers are making over 20 a year?
A few.
Every quarterback's making $20 million a year.
Yeah.
Unless you're
but that's what I'm saying. I mean, these guys that are protecting the quarterbacks, they're paying the guys catching the ball, they're paying the guys throwing the ball, and they're not paying the guys that are making sure that the guy throwing the ball stays vertical.
Didn't Trent Williams just get paid big money?
Yeah.
Say again?
Didn't Trent Williams just get paid big money?
Yeah, but he didn't get 20, I don't think.
I thought he did.
Actually, yeah, it's weird the way it's structured. His actual it's a 3-year, $82 million contract. His actual salary for this year is $1.2 million, with a $25 million signing bonus. So yeah, he's going to get 27 this year. But yeah, as far as his actual salary, base salary, it's $1.2 million.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I don't know, boys. We got anything left in the tank tonight?
How about we do some trivia?
Shoot it. A, B, and C answers, or like write down open answers?
Just open answers specifically for me because I am the trivia savant.
I'll take that challenge.
Down for a little trivia before we call it an evening, boys?
Yeah.
I'll take that challenge. Go ahead. Did you guys ever watch Sports Jeopardy when it was on?
I
Jeopardy. I think.
yeah, with Dan Patrick.
Oh, I never
Yeah,
even
with Dan Patrick.
I love Dan Patrick. He's great.
Oh, Rich, back in the day, I used to watch Stump the Schwab.
I did too.
Mm-hmm.
He died. He just died. Actually,
He just died recently. Yeah,
Rip Howie Schwab.
Howie Schwab.
I want to be like Woody Page on the.
Stump the Schwab was great.
I want to be like Woody Page around the horn, have a little chalkboard and write shit.
Jay Marietti used to be on Around the Horn too when it started.
I need to have one of those chalkboards that says Big D, no TikTok.
Dude, you never knew what Woody Page was going to say on that show. It made it a good show.
Yeah, it really did.
But Rich, back I wanted to bring this up whenever you were talking about the Shay and Jay show or Ray and Jay, whatever it was, Ray and Shay.
Sean and RJ, but yes.
Yeah. So you say they're dead flat, asking questions, no problem. They're kind of like Madden asks direct questions and gets right to it, and you're not a fan of him, and I don't know why.
Okay, there's one big difference. They don't Madden, when he asks a lot of his questions, it's asked through black and gold glasses. It's asked more from a fan standpoint than from a media standpoint. These guys are asking this stuff from a media standpoint. They're wanting information. They're not saying, well, Jerry, you suck because da 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 da, and why da da da. No, they're taking the information that they have and they're asking questions. Do you think the fact that you didn't bring in a running back is affecting the quality of the offense? That's not looking at it through blue and silver glasses. That's looking at it as a journalist asking a question based off of fact. Mark Madden asks his questions off of his black and gold vision and his fandom. That's where my difference comes in. If you're going to be a fan, that's great. But when you're interviewing someone, especially in a high riding position, you got to be factual. You can't ask as a fan.
Gotcha. Dylan, you ready for trivia, buddy?
I was born ready.
Woo!
Question 1. Oh, we need a little like question 1, and then we like pop up.
Yeah.
Question 1. I need the share button if one of us gets it right.
Where's the chair button? Wait, where do you click on there? You have that.
I have it.
Okay.
It's on my little how do they call it thing? My little what are they mixer? That's what they call it, mixer.
Here we go.
Question.
Yeah, here we go.
Question 1. Round 1. Fight.
Mhm.
Dylan, we're waiting.
We're filling air.
What? I'm ready. Let's go.
Let's go.
My beard I shaved is coming back.
5 o'clock shadow. Where's you got the shave for date night tomorrow? Thursday.
Do what?
You got the shave for date night.
I had gotten a little lazy on shaving. That's what it was.
It's too cold up here to shave now. It's freaking 41 degrees here.
That ain't that bad. We're supposed to have a wind chill of like 44 in the morning. We're supposed to go up to like 70, 72, 73 tomorrow.
Okay, Rich, we were seeing highs of 52 here today. With wind.
Good.
With wind, it was probably about 30 degrees.
Sweatshirt and shorts. There we go.
I didn't go that bad. Dylan, are you ready for these or what? What are you doing?
Yes, I'm ready.
Go.
No, I thought you were going to ask us the questions.
I don't have any questions for trivia. You're the one that brought it up.
Oh,
All right, guys. I'll hit you with something.
yeah.
We'll keep it simple.
Right.
We'll keep this simple to start with. Okay.
Go ahead.
There are seven ways to reach base in baseball. Name them.
Hit by pitch,
hit by a
walk,
pitch, walk, a balk,
take the
No.
wild pitch,
wild pitch.
wild
No.
pitch.
Strike three.
Well,
strike three. Drop.
There you go.
A walk.
Intentional walk. Walk and intentional walk. There's two right there.
Well, that
Pitch
that
clock
counts as a walk.
violation now, I think.
Well, that still counts as a walk.
What about hit by pitch?
What's what?
Hit by pitch.
Hit by pitch, yeah.
All right. So what
You
do we
guys
have?
have two that you have two that you haven't said.
We got
You
walk.
said hit, walk, hit, walk. I'm sorry, you have three you haven't said yet. You have hit, walk, hit by pitch, and drop third strike. There's three more.
I said a balk too, but
Balk doesn't get you first base. Balk advances you from one base to another one.
oh,
Balk
okay.
won't get you to first.
Error.
An error.
Error is number 5. Go ahead. You got two left.
A bunt to first base.
Bunt still ahead.
You got to keep going. Elaborate.
A sack bunt.
Bunt still a hit.
Elaborate.
Oh, a sack fly.
Sack fly, no.
Keep going. No, you're getting colder now.
Oh, sorry. Sack bunt.
I'm doing everything I can to type this in.
Wild pitch.
Wild pitch.
No, the
Well,
wild pitch.
the wild pitch is the drop third strike.
Okay.
Judge finally hit a home run. Awesome. Anyway.
I guess you get
You
on
got
base.
two left. Huh?
I guess you get to hit all the bases if you hit a home run.
Yeah.
You guys give up?
What?
Yeah, what are the last two?
Fielder's choice.
Oh, yeah. Fielder's choice.
That's why I was trying to get you to keep going on this on the bunt
Sacrifice
thing.
bunt.
Pinch runner.
Fielder's choice and catcher's interference.
Catcher's interference. Yeah.
Wait,
Hey.
we don't want one of those crazy answers. We want stats. We want stats.
That was a good nice opening one there. That was a nice little appetizer before the entree.
Yeah, we suck. We missed it. We're already out of the game.
At least we don't have to order everything a la carte in this. So.
Fuck Aaron Judge.
Oh, I got one. I got one for you. Which Pittsburgh Pirate hit 3 home runs in Game 2 of the 1971 National League Championship Series?
Roberto Clemente.
No.
Oh. Anyone not named Roberto Clemente.
You will not get this guy.
It was a shortstop, I believe, right?
Nope. Nope.
That would have been Phil Gardner, right? Phil Gardner was our 71 shortstop.
No.
Dave Winfield, though.
Dave
No,
Winfield for Detroit, buddy.
Huh?
Dave
Gardner
Winfield.
was
No, it's the guy. It's the guy that played first base before the Hall of Famer moved there, Bob Robertson.
Ding ding.
Bob Robertson, yep.
And then Bob Robinson hit a home run in Game 3 of the 71 World Series when
Willie Stargell was at left.
Danny Murtaugh actually wanted him to bunt.
Yep, but Willie Stargell was in left field in those games. That was before he moved to first base.
And in 48, 125 and 71.
Oh, back when the Pirates were good.
Yep.
They're on their way now, though, with Schemes and these young guys, though.
So
That's all we got is pitching, kid. Unless we bring in a bat.
Yeah, but pitching's what's going to win you now with parity.
I don't know. The Seattle Mariners have the best pitching staff in baseball and didn't make the playoffs.
I know.
You still need a bat, dude. You need a bat to play the Yankees. You need a bat to play. You need a bat. You need at least 4 bats to play in these championship series.
And we know the Pirates aren't going to spend the money.
No, and I don't want to hear it. Oh, the Royals made the playoffs. Oh, well, the Royals actually have talent that don't need paid yet.
Bobby
did
Witt Jr.
They're young.
You guys
They're
ready for another one?
They're a young team. The
Yes,
Royals.
sir.
Go ahead.
You guys ready for another one?
Yes.
Light it.
Yeah.
All right. We all know Pete Rose is the career hit leader in Major League Baseball, right?
Yep.
Give me the top five career hit leaders by right-handed hitters.
Henry Aaron.
Hank Aaron.
That would be number 1. Yes.
Paul Molitor.
That would be number 5.
Would Albert Pujols be on that list?
Liverpool's.
Pujols would be number 4.
Alex Rodriguez.
No.
Hmm.
He's actually 12th on this list.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Al Kaline.
Kaline, no. Kaline's 17th on the list.
Derek Jeter.
Derek Jeter, the most overrated player in the history of baseball. He would be number 2.
Can't be that overrated, Richard. He's number 2.
Just because he stayed in long enough to have a whole bunch of hits doesn't matter.
Wait, why do you think he's overrated? I'm surprised.
He was never a premier. He was a clutch player, yes. He was never the premier shortstop at any point in time in his career. Never. His teammate was a better shortstop than him. So we got one left. We got number 3.
Schmidt?
No, it wouldn't be Schmidt. How far back do we have to go?
Back.
Yeah, I knew it.
Like Mantle days?
Huh?
Manny Ramirez.
No, Manny never had 3,000 hits.
Further back than that.
Like Mantle days?
He was a righty, Manny Ramirez, but
Say again, Adam.
Are we going back to like Mickey Mantle days?
Earlier than that.
God.
Is this with the both leagues combined?
Say again.
Is that with the new stats?
he's talking about
Are the Negro League numbers in? No.
Okay, so it can't be Josh Gibson.
They can. No, but Chris Speaker was a lefty, right?
Correct.
That's what I thought.
But it would be Josh Gibson, though, right?
Say again.
It would be Josh Gibson, right?
Let me see his hits. Trying to find his numbers all together.
Jamie, your bases loaded or something in this game? They've been in the bottom of the 7th for a long time.
Oh, it was 4-2, and then
Judge hit a home run with Coruscant, but what's going on now?
it's finally the end of the 7th.
Gotcha.
We're going to the top of the 8th.
Oh gosh, this one's annoying me. I don't think Jimmy Fox ever got 3,000 hits. Am I in the right era of retro? Am I going back?
Oh, Wade
Right era. Yes.
Wade
Oh,
Boggs.
No.
Actually, Josh Gibson would be he'd be like 8th or 9th on this list.
Wade Boggs.
Jamie,
And
we're
see,
back.
no.
Oh,
Jamie,
If
we're
I give the team, it's going to completely blow it.
yeah.
Honest Wagner? No. Was it Honest?
That's it.
Honest, yeah, with like 3,300 something hits.
Yep. Hannes Wagner, 3,420.
You sure he didn't? You sure he doesn't fit the Derek Jeter though? Played too long?
Honest Wagner's still the best shortstop to ever play baseball.
Shit. No shit. Honest
Hannes
Wagner.
Wagner, yeah.
I have his manager jersey, but I don't have his player jersey.
All right, I like that one.
See, that is definitely probably the biggest position that you could go, okay, you have the greatest overall, you have the greatest defensive, and the greatest offensive. Because the greatest defensive shortstop of all time is Ozzie Smith, and I'll fight anybody about that.
I'm with you.
But the best all-around shortstop is Hannes Wagner. Yeah.
Not even close.
Not even close.
Probably not close, yeah. There might be a guy or two you could put in that discussion.
I'm going to put Corey Seager in that discussion.
I
You might be able to put Cal Ripken in that discussion.
I was going to say Cal Ripken.
I would put Cal Ripken in that conversation. I mean, you can put Corey Seager there because he's won MVP in both leagues as a shortstop.
Wait a minute.
He's won World Series MVP.
In both leagues.
Right. I mean, I just don't think Seager's done it long enough.
No. Corey Seager's been hurt.
Doesn't matter. I don't know. I'm just talking like you put him in that discussion.
Who's got the next one?
I've got one off the top of my head. Yeah. Who started and what? Who started Game 5 of the '79 World Series for the Pittsburgh Pirates?
Gert Blyleven.
He finished the game, but didn't start.
That's right. He did finish it. Let's see. It was either was it Jerry Royce or Candelaria?
Neither. I'll give you a hint. He only won.
I missed. What was the question?
We'll go Candelaria?
No, Candelaria started Game 5.
Okay, so Candelaria started 5. That means Royce started Game 6.
6. Excuse me, 6.
Then it should have been Jerry Royce.
No. I'll give you a hint. You will never get this guy. He only won 4 games that year.
That doesn't necessarily mean anything. Hold on a second. Let me think about this. Let me go through the roster.
What year, Dylan? What's his question again?
Who started Game 5 of the '79 World Series for the Pirates?
Game 5 or Game 7?
Game 5.
Oh, Game 5.
Wasn't that Blas?
Nope.
No, it's Bruce Keeson.
Nope.
Or no, Keeson started 7. That was what it was.
Nope. Jim
Keeson's
Roker
the one that started
Game
7.
5 of the '79 World Series. 37-year-old Jim Roker.
Jim Rooker.
Jim Rooker, yeah, okay.
And he is the only announcer to what? And stick to his word.
Because I remember Al Michaels doing, surprising starter, 37-year-old Jim Roker.
So Jim Rooker said if we lose the Phillies tonight, they were up like 13.
He would walk home from Philadelphia.
And he didn't do
Right.
No.
but he
It was
did
the guy who was in the mascot. It was the guy who was in the mascot back in the day.
and he did it as a huge charity event. And he didn't do it. Did he do it that night, Rich, or did he like set up a charity event and do it?
No, he did it. He did it that night,
He walked
and they
down.
turned it into a charity event. KDKA turned it into a charity event.
Yeah, we were up 13. We were up big, and we ended up losing. And he said, "If we lose, I'm walking home." And
Yep.
he walked home from Philadelphia to Pittsburgh.
All right, I'm ready for the next one. Big Daddy.
You guys want a softball?
No, we never liked softball.
No, we're not Jenny Finch. We want gas.
I got one. For
Okay.
you. I got one for you, real quick.
All right, go ahead.
Who broke up at least 81 no hitters with a home run?
What is
Say
it?
it again.
Who broke up 81 no hitters with at least a home run?
Ricky Henderson. Ricky Henderson.
Hey, run that question one more time.
Who broke up at least 81 no hitters with a home run?
Ricky Henderson, the lead off the game.
Ricky Henderson.
I mean that makes sense.
That is the answer. Dylan, are you looking at the same one I am? You
Nope.
are.
Nope. I'm looking right at the screen, sir.
Okay, I got one for you guys.
I want a trivia
And
question.
it-
I wound up calling one up, so I'm trying not to like. I'm trying to like just glance at a question and go with it.
I need number and player on this.
What you got?
What numbers have been retired by the Dallas Cowboys?
8 for Troy Aikman, 22
Nope.
for Evan Smith.
Emmett Smith.
Nope.
I think they only retired one, right?
74 for Bob Tilley.
It's Bob Lilly and
Really?
Oh, holy.
Yeah, the Cowboys don't retire numbers.
ding 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 ding.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't see any numbers retired when I walked around that stadium.
Well, yeah, because
They have the Ring of Honor, but they do not have any retired numbers.
So
They
weird.
have
No,
numbers that they won't issue.
right?
No, they won't issue 12, and they don't issue. They'll still issue 22. They won't issue 12. They don't issue 8. But yeah, they have 0 retired numbers.
I think this one's kind of a softball. Which NL pitcher won the Cy Young Award 4 years in a row?
Ray Manis, 92 to 95,
That's only 3 years.
92, 93.
92, 93, 94, 95. The greatest pitcher of my generation.
Oh, Randy Johnson from 99 to 2002.
That is Randy Johnson. Doesn't say anything about Greg Maddux.
It was Randy Johnson.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
Also pitched a perfect game against Atlanta on May 18, 2004. That was traded to the Yankees in 2005 from the Diamondbacks. Then in January 2007 was traded from the Yankees back to Arizona for Luis or Miguel Sango and other players or whatever their name.
didn't
Maddox and Johnson both had 4 in a row.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on here. But let me. Oh, it says Randy Johnson on this sheet.
Randy Johnson, one of the greatest pitchers, like I said, that he pitched for the Yankees. He could never pitch in cold weather, though. That was the problem. He had such a great.
Yeah, once Randy Johnson got his control, because when he was that was the big problem with him in Montreal. Once he got his control, He was nasty.
I mean, you remember the '93 All-Star game when he made John Kruk pee his pants?
And turned his helmet the other way and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
John Kruk never stood a chance against the big unit.
No, but when he was with the Yankees, like he would do well the regular season, but like I said, in the playoffs at Yankee Stadium, he couldn't pitch in cold weather.
Maybe they should reword that question and put with the same team. Because Maddox won it with the Cubs.
Yeah, he won one. The first one was at the Cubs, and then the other three. Yeah, you're right.
So maybe they need to word that different.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Because he's got a wicked fastball.
Oh, here we go. Who was asked the absolutely dumbest question in the history of Super Bowl Media Day?
Was that Marshawn Lynch?
No.
Wait, what was that?
Who was asked the absolute stupidest question in the history of Super Bowl Media Day?
Oh, I thought we were having a guest.
I thought too. I thought, now you got me confused.
You get bonus points if you know the question.
How far back do we have to go?
30 years, 35
Who got asked
years.
the dumbest question in Super Bowl history?
In Super Bowl Media Day history. Yep. And I've actually had the luxury of interviewing the man like 3 or 4 years ago.
Oh, no, not Marv Levy.
Was this Bill Parcells?
Bill Parcells.
No. Super Bowl 23.
Oh gosh.
Super Bowl 23.
22. I'm sorry, 22.
Super Bowl 22.
Somebody asked Doug Williams about whether he could play in a Super Bowl.
Right guy, wrong question. They asked him, how long have you been a black quarterback?
Yeah.
Shut up. Shut up.
Oh,
Swear
man.
to it. The dumbest question in the history of Super Bowl Media Day.
That is a dumb question. that sounds like Joe Biden there. If you don't vote for me, you ain't black.
It was so funny because the first time when I interviewed him, they were talking. I was talking to his publicity person and all that, and they said, "Just don't bring up the thing from the Super Bowl." I said, "What thing from the Super Bowl?" And they said, "The whole interview deal." Oh yeah, no problem. Don't worry about it.
That's a really awful question, but that is an awful question though.
Mm-hmm. All right, so who's got the next one?
In 1987 and 1991, the Minnesota Twins were famous for doing what in the World Series?
In 87 and 91, they won in 7 games.
That's not all, though.
What do you mean? The Jack Norris and the John Smoltz face off?
That's not all of it.
That was 91.
If you look closely, Adam, at both series, you will see a similarity, but in both series.
87 and 91, the home team won all 7 games?
Yes. Unfortunately for the Cardinals and Braves, Game 7 was in the Metrodome and not Fulton County Stadium or Busch Stadium.
Yeah.
The Kirby
Yeah,
puck.
you're right.
The Kirby bucket jump on the glass. Catch of the year. Plexiglass.
All right, Jamie, do you have any trivia questions for the Big D?
Yeah, I do.
Ooh.
How about can you name this player one? He was drafted by this player. Was drafted number 1 overall in the 1999 NFL draft.
Oh, Tim Couch.
Yep, you got it. And I also say he played on 2 different teams and quarterback at the University of Kentucky.
Oh, gosh. He was with the Packers in training camp, right?
Uh-huh.
And an injury ended his career.
Oh, gosh. And then Kelly Holcomb replaced him.
That was with Cleveland, Kelly Holcomb.
And darn near showed it being the Steelers in that crazy wild card game.
Yeah. Because you know why? They were up big and their coach always ran the prevent defense at the end. That's why. And guess what the Cleveland Browns are also famous for doing in that same era? Blowing a 2-touchdown lead with 32 seconds left in the game and then losing in overtime.
Oh, no.
To the Chicago Bears in 2001.
Wasn't that the year that Mike Brown won 2 consecutive games with overtime touchdowns?
Yeah, that was the year, and the 2 games. The week before was against San Francisco. Yeah.
How do I know those stupid stats?
Same way we all do. Here's
Intercepted,
one
and
for
the
you
Bears
guys.
are going to win it. Mike Brown has done it again. That's how Greg Gumbel said it.
Here's another one for you guys, and this one should be relatively easy. Who is the youngest inductee into the NFL Hall of Fame?
Gale Sayers?
Calvin Johnson, Megatron.
No, it was Gale Sayers. Special circumstances.
Are you
Inducted at 34.
Someone just tried to offer me Jared Goff for Josh Allen.
What? No.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug, man. I'm telling you.
I've got one for all of you. Here. Top of my head.
I think that trade's got enough weed to kill Willie Nelson.
Oh my gosh. What the? You going back to the Dukes of Hazzard movie, buddy? What are you drinking?
It doesn't even give you a chance to counter.
Black cherry flavored water.
All right, I've got one for you.
Go ahead.
All right.
Could you name? Let's see how many Cy Young MVP award winners you can guess in the 2000s onwards in either league.
Oh, we knew Randy Johnson.
Wait a minute.
Blake's
Cy Young and MVP won both awards?
Cy Young or MVP. I don't care what. Do you want to start Cy Young and MVP first?
CC Sabathia.
Hold on. You want?
Try not to look. I just had Cy Young's up too, but I didn't pay attention. I'm just interested to see about this Greg Maddox question.
Boy.
Randy Johnson.
You just won all the Cy Young Award winners since 2000, huh?
Yes.
I got Randy Johnson. That's about it.
Randy Johnson.
Well, Randy Johnson and Pedro, they won it in 2000.
Correct.
Johnson and the Rocket in 01. Johnson and Zito in 02.
Yeah. 2003 will be a little trickier for you guys.
3 in the American League was Halladay.
Yes, Doc Holliday.
What was it? 3 or 4 that was Gagne?
Doc Holiday. It was Roy Holiday.
Was 03 Eric Gagne?
Yes.
Was he the first closer to get
Then that means was he the first one?
Didn't Sparky Lyle won the Cy Young in '77?
Well, yeah, and Willie Hernandez won it in '84 because he won the Cy Young and the MVP.
So did Raleigh Fingers in '81.
04 then was Rocket and Johan Santana.
Yes.
05, I gotta come back to that one. 06 was Santana in the American League. Brandon Webb in Arizona.
And CC Sabathia was 07.
2007, yes.
Yeah, and Peavy won it in the National League.
In 06.
06 or 07?
06.
06 I thought was Brandon Webb.
07, and then Webb won in 06. So.
And then Lincecum won 08, 09 in the National League. Cliff Lee in 08.
Yes.
Who the hell won American League in 09?
I'll give you a hint. Give you a hint.
Okay.
His record wasn't great.
What'd you say?
His record wasn't great.
No idea.
AJ Burnett?
No.
Let me come back to that one. Halladay won it again in 10 with Philly.
Yes.
And King Felix won it in the American League.
Yes.
Kershaw won 11, 13, and 14 in the National League.
Yes.
R.A. Dickey in between.
Yes.
Because he left the Rangers, went to the Mets, and all of a sudden went.
Blake Snell.
Hold on.
Verlander in 11.
Yep.
And then Scherzer won it. Was it 12 or 13?
13.
Did Detroit go back 13? 12. David Price?
Yep.
14 American League. I'm drawing a blank.
He would later win a Cy Young with it a few years later.
Blake Snell.
Relax.
Same team? Did he win it with the same team?
Yes.
All right, let me think on that one. National League, 15 would have been Arrieta.
Yep.
16, 17 was Scherzer in Washington.
Yep.
18, 19 was DeGrom.
Yep.
20, the Exile.
Trevor Bauer, yes.
Trevor Bauer, yeah. 21 was Burns. 22 was Alcantara, and last year was Snow.
Yep. So you are missing the 05.
Now 23 was Snell and Cole.
You're missing the 2005 and 07.
Yeah, Cole was American League. Yeah, you're right. I was going through National League. Sorry.
You're missing the 05 Cy Young winner.
05 National League?
Yep.
Wainwright?
Right team.
Right team? Chris Carpenter?
Yep. Carpenter
Okay.
beat Dontrelle Willis and Roger Clemens for the Cy Young.
Where did I leave off on the American League?
The Astros play in the National League before they move to the American League.
You need the 05 Cy Young winner.
Oh, I do?
Yeah.
Pedro.
No.
Dude, I don't know.
He pitched for many years after this year.
Jamie Moyer?
No. I don't think Moy ever won a Cy Young. No.
I honestly don't know.
I'll give you a hint. I'll give you a hint. This guy famously hit a home run in San Diego when nobody gave him a chance in doing so.
Oh, Bartolo Colon.
Yes.
Okay,
Now
so where did I leave off on this other one?
09.
09.
09.
King Felix was 10.
Yep.
Verlander was 11.
Yeah.
Price was 12. Scherzer was 13. 14 is the one that you said he did it another year, right?
Yep.
Okay, so let me skip that. It wasn't 15 that he did it, was it? Because Keuchel was 15.
Yeah.
Okay. Kluber won in 17. Who the hell won in 16?
I don't know how he won it in 16.
Oh, Kluber was 17, Snell was 18, Verlander was 19. So it has to be one of those guys that was 14. Snell would have been too young. Verlander?
No.
No, because you said it was with the same team. Kluber?
Yep. Kluber won in 14 and 17.
Okay, so, and I got up to 19, but what the hell is 16?
He put together one crazy year with winning a whole bunch of games.
Was it Shane Bieber?
Bieber won in 20.
Yes.
Bieber was the COVID Cy Young.
Yeah, both Ohio Cy
Then he got to the playoffs and ran into the Yankees and got blown out.
and pooped the bed.
Yep, you're 100% right, Adam.
Who are you talking about?
Bieber.
Shane Bieber.
Yeah. So 20 was Bieber, 21 was Robbie Ray, 22 was Verlander, and last year was Cole.
So you guys need
Who in the hell was 16?
You want a hint?
Yeah. Because
He was teammates with previous Cy Young winners earlier in the decade.
He was teammates with previous in the decade. Okay, so that means he would have had to have been with either Detroit, Tampa Bay, Cleveland, or Houston. Or Seattle. At that time, the only pitcher Seattle had was Felix.
It was
So
not
it couldn't have been Seattle.
correct. No.
Detroit, they didn't have. I mean, yeah, they were loaded with Verlander and Scherzer, but they didn't have anybody else.
Well, apparently they had more. Although he didn't finish his career.
This guy was with Detroit in 16?
No.
Or did he play with Scherzer and Verlander?
He was teammates with Scherzer and Verlander.
Okay. Even though he got screwed out of a perfect game, I know it's not Armando Galarraga.
It's definitely not. He started a one-game tiebreaker for the Tigers.
I gotta get going, guys.
All right. Rick Porcello, and then the other one was Zach Greinke. 2009. Now quickly with some MVPs.
I was going to say, I think my brain might be shot after that for right now.
Let's see if we can get a few.
Not too bad. Not
Listen,
too bad, though, right?
Try and get one more question so we can hit the 2-hour mark, and then we'll call it a night, guys. How
All
about
right.
that? Is that cool?
Yep.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
What you got in mind, Bill? It's Rich knows his baseball, and I'm just sitting here like a dumbass. I thought I knew baseball,
How
but
about-
I don't. Apparently, I don't know shit.
Okay, well here let me throw a couple of these out to you, okay? And a couple of these are actually pretty obscure, but I'm still going to ask anyway. What's the circumference of a baseball?
3 inches?
What was that?
No, it's bigger.
Circumference is the distance around it.
Right.
Oh.
Isn't it laid out at 7.5 inches or something? Then I
I
wrap
thought
it.
it was more. I thought it was more than that. It was like because the diameter is like 2 inches. The circumference would be what?
Jose
9?
Ramirez just went deep, top of the ninth. It's 9 inches. It is 9 inches.
Who's pitching for the Yankees now? It's got to be who's the relief ace there? Weaver.
Yeah, I think it's off Weaver, but Ramirez just hit a solo shot, so it's 6-3.
Okay.
Okay, true or false?
Coming back to the Jake. I think we're gonna get a series, boys. I think we're still gonna get a series out of this.
No, that series is over.
No, I think you're right. I think it goes 6.
I think it goes 4.
You're thinking
No,
sweep.
they're not.
They're not gonna sweep him back with the Jake. There's no way.
The
The
Yankees.
Yankees are doing what they're supposed to do. They're winning their first 2 at home, but now you're going to Cleveland.
Cleveland's not winning a game in this series. Cleveland doesn't have any starting pitching.
Yeah, I think you'll be surprised.
All right, Rich. What's your question, boss?
Okay, how many 3 strikeout games did Tony Gwynn have in his career?
0.
4.
It was a 20-year career. Excuse me.
4.
Going 0.
1. 1. This one I dearly love. I really do love.
Who was it against? Who was it against? Because it wasn't against any of the big time hitters. Because they always say I could never strike this guy out. It was either early in his career or late in his career when this happened.
He struck out 3 times against the Dodgers on April 14th, 1986.
So it was early in his
He
career.
went 1 for 5 in that game.
So that was early in his career.
Hey, that was the same.
Yep. Bob Welch. Bob Welch struck him out all 3 times.
That was the same year Tony Gwynn stole 5 bases in a game.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Here's one for you. I dearly, dearly love this question. I really do. Who has hit the most walk-off home runs?
For those listening, you're welcome to jump on the YouTube channel over at Driving to the Top. And
How far back do we have to go? How far back do we have to go?
Not that far. Your lifetime. Let's put it that way.
Did he have any October success?
Oh yeah.
Manny?
Huh?
Manny?
Say it again.
Manny?
No. Right genre.
Big Poppy?
You sleep.
No.
are we even on the right?
Valid guesses. Huh?
Are we on the right team.
One of his guesses is the right team. Yes.
So this is Manny possibly playing for Cleveland or Boston.
Or the Dodgers.
Because obviously Poppy didn't play for any other team.
One of your three guesses is the right team, and it's the same genre as who you were talking about.
No.
No. Wrong team.
Jim Thome?
Huh?
Jim Thome?
One of the most underrated hitters in the history of baseball and one of the nicest guys I've ever met, Jim Thome.
Country strong.
That is you've heard about broad-shouldered people. That is a broad dude. It's not just his shoulders. I mean, but he is one of the nicest guys I've ever met. He's from Peoria, Illinois. I did radio there for about a year and a half.
Yeah, my family's from Springfield, Illinois. So, on my mom.
Okay. About a half hour south of Peoria.
Yeah. This one's probably over, huh, Rich? 6-3 is at the final.
I think I'm done, boys.
No, we got 3 minutes to hit 2 hours. You still want to do one more real quick?
All right, I'll do one more.
This one, honestly, it may have to do two because this one's going to be a no-brainer. Who pitched for the Giants from 2007 to 2015 and won 2 Cy Youngs?
Timmy Lincecum.
There you go. Which state has produced the most Hall of Famers?
Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
California.
Right idea.
It's not Pennsylvania?
No.
All my exes live in Texas.
No.
Really? Are we going just baseball or football?
No, this is baseball.
Okay. Well, I was assuming like you meant Hall of Fame for all sports.
My bad. No. And Pennsylvania's wrong for football, too.
Really? We have to have a bunch.
Yeah.
Ohio?
Nope.
You're
getting warmer.
Wait a minute.
Iowa?
Do what?
Iowa? Not Iowa.
No. You were on the right wavelength with California and Texas.
Florida?
Arizona?
No on Florida. Still the right wavelength. Arizona, no.
Louisiana?
No, and I can't believe neither one of you guys have said this yet.
North Carolina?
No.
Michigan?
Atlanta? Georgia?
No.
Illinois?
Hawaii? No.
Shane Victorino and then nobody else. Yeah.
No. Virginia?
No.
New Mexico?
No. And we're almost at 2 hours.
Rich, I have no idea.
No, don't tell
New
me.
York.
Don't tell me.
New York.
New York. Yogi, dummy.
Well, no, it's what city, and it's city or what state? The state of New York has produced the most Hall of Famers.
I would have never thought New York. I don't know why.
But you were talking about all those highly populated states, Dylan, and then you kind of shifted on me a little bit. So,
well, I mean, yeah, I guess you
anyway.
could put Farmers Row. I guess you could put all the Yankees, all the Mets.
Well, but no, it's talking about people from that state, people from New York.
Oh, you mean born in New York?
Right. Right.
Dylan is gone. I don't even know. All right, Rich. Well, we hit 2 hours. I guess we had an hour of trivia, so it was fun, interesting. Tomorrow night, Rich, I invited Allison just to see if she wants to come on. Figure I might cheer her up after being in the middle of a freaking hurricane.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. I didn't get an answer back from her yet. So, but yeah, tomorrow night, me and you get Garrett Webster. I don't know if he's going to want to talk about his dad or not, but we'll find out. That's all I got, brother. How do people get you?
Go Big Go Home Pod on Twitter, X, whatever we're calling it this week, and on Facebook. My name, Rich Richardson, and look forward to talking to you. If you like my opinions, if you don't, let me know. I mean, I'm open to debate or conversation.
Persuade them. Persuade them to be that Cowboys. Oh man. Anyway, you can find me at Sports Talking It on the X, Twitter, wherever Rich said we're calling it this month, this week, whatever. You can obviously find us at Driving to the Top Productions on YouTube. Look for the Miss Phoenix Maria as the cover. That's how you find us. Yeah, me and Rich will be back here tomorrow, 9:00, and we'll talk to you tomorrow night. All right, Rich.
See you tomorrow. Bye, man.